afternoon. Good afternoon to the one person watching right now. Alejandro Marino. The number one. What's good? All right, Alejandro, you got me. You're the only person here. So you can just ask me any question you want about life, day trading, whatever you want. Let's just talk about it. VIP mode, baby. VIP. Oh, look, Donald Hensley also here. Oh, gosh. We're in trouble. The legendary Donald Hensley in the house. All right. Ooh, my hair. All right, let's do this little Q&A. What's good in the market today? A couple of stocks moving around, a couple of big moves today. Apple, look at this, baby. Apple just got crushed. The CEO, Tim Cook, going on CNBC talking about how they're basically forecasting that they're not going to have good sales in the iPhone division coming up in the next quarter. So, ouch. Apple down 7% on the day. Well, after hours, down 7%. Down $11 drop right there on Apple. So, ouch. Apple taking a beating. Taking a beating right there. That is not a good sign. Not a good sign. Overall markets today as well. Oh, gosh. Take it back down. Oh. Store down. Oh, there we go. Perfect. It's back. So Apple today just getting crushed. Also the overall markets. What's up with the overall markets right now? SPY also pulling down there. It's almost down a percent after hours because of the whole Apple debacle. So kind of interesting to see just how the overall market's responding to that. We got the Qs heading lower as well. The Qs down 1.7% right now. Yes, overall pretty funny morning. This morning, waking up there, seeing everything just gapping down. Futures gapping down big this morning from the 154 area down there, the 150s. This is the QQQ, but just looking at the SPY, I think the SPY pretty similar from the 250s down there to 245, and then rallying back and then selling off after hours now. So I think this Apple debacle is not going to be good for anybody, really, just the overall markets. Apple taking a hit, and it's going to pull the overall markets down. I think tomorrow, keep an eye. Sometimes I like to do this to the microphone, just going like, whoa, hey. Keep an eye tomorrow morning. I think we're going to see some volatility in the markets. It's a good chance that this whole Apple news and debacle is not going to be good for the market right now. So let's do it. Alejandro, you're the only person here. Only person in the chat right now. So if you got a question, hit me with that question. I don't know. I guess there's not enough people here right now. Donald Hensley. I'm going to turn the... Wait, hold a second. How do I turn this off? Let me go back over here. Maybe I can change it here. I was trying to do this, I'm trying to give the members some love, but no members are wanting to show up, so we'll just open it up to anybody. Anybody and everybody should be able to leave some comments there. Let's pop this out now. All right, let's do this. Q&A, baby. Whatever questions you got, hit me with them. How did you gain the patience as a day trader? I think the biggest thing for me with the patience was just learning, experiencing over time. That really, when I have a plan, I got to stick to that plan. I think today, perfect example today would have been on this morning. What was that stock? PRAN. PRAN, perfect example. This morning, I was looking to short this thing. If you watched the video this morning, I had my resistance already pulled up there at the 240 area, and I ended up getting short a little too early there. So that was a pretty good example of patience pays off. You got to let those, let your targets kind of work out. But I think I felt pretty good overall. Getting covered there, the $2 area. But look at that, down there to $1.80. PRAN this morning. Everybody on StockTwits, everybody on social media thought that PRAN was going to go to the moon. If you look at the 5-minute chart here, pre-market, it jumped up there from $2 up there to $3.30. Look at this 5-minute candle on 13,000 shares. If a stock makes a move like that, if it goes from $2 to $3 on 13,000 shares and then just crashes back down, there's a really, 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 really good chance that it's just a major pump and dump. And I think a lot of people this morning thought that, for some reason, they thought that PRAN was going to go to the moon. They were like, oh, PRAN is going to be worth at least $5 a day. Nope, it was not. It was below $2. It closed below $2. So, once again, I was right. Once again. All right, look at that. All you assholes in here with not non-members. Look at all you non-members. You guys are killing me. PRAN was easy to borrow. SpeedTrader, big shout out to SpeedTrader. ETC Root had plenty of PRAN shares. there. Just plenty. So if you're looking for a good broker, well, you know where to go. SpeedTrader.com/Patrick. Hit up that SpeedTrader.com/Patrick link to get all the best deals. Vinny, better hit that pay button. Hit that $5 pay button. Guys, I'm trying to move into a nice new baller condo right on the water so I can put my boat in the water. I need to make more money. You got to help me out there. Help me out, people. All right, what's good? All right, let's keep this going. More questions. Could you do analysis with TGIS morning trade? All right, let's take a look here. This better be a good one. TGIS. Ding, ding, ding. I don't know what to do there. TGIS. There is no TGIS. No morning trade for TGIS. It's not real. Yes, somebody talked about how Apple is rip. Look at Apple down there to 145 now. You know, I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about, like, I might be crazy right now. I'm thinking about possibly buying some Apple stock, but I'm not going to do it. I'm sitting here and I was thinking about maybe possibly getting long on some Apple stock just for maybe some long-term kind of stuff, but I don't know, guys. I'm looking at this chart right now and it does not look pretty. Buying the dip here has not worked out. There is just no dip buy on this thing right now. If you look at the daily chart, kind of the next support area we're looking at here. I mean, what are we thinking? 140 flat, maybe 142 area here on Apple stock. Thinking tomorrow we should probably touch down to that 142 area, 143 maybe. After that, I mean, I don't know. It's just been getting murdered. So I'd say 140, 142 area looks like that next big support there on Apple right now. We'll see what happens. But somebody asked the question of where did I get my education? I got most of my education from DonaldHensley.com. DonaldHensley.com. He teaches you all. I'm just kidding. He doesn't teach you anything. He just teaches you how to have fun. I'm just kidding. Most of my education came from the internet. The internet's a powerful place. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Somebody asked, when am I going to put a ring on the finger for my girl? The moment that you subscribe to the channel and you paid the $5 so I can finally afford that paper, that Cracker Jack box ring. Why did you get I can't answer that question. Can't answer that question, SnapTrade. I almost did, but I wasn't going to. I've been a lurker. Somebody said they've been a lurker for a few weeks. Thanks for sharing. No worries. Thanks for sharing. Also, somebody asking about do I plan on trading live for subscribed members? I'm trying to get back in that routine. It's just hard right now. I've been traveling. I got to go to Vegas next week. So, you know, I hate to make promises. You know, the last thing I want to do is I don't want to be one of those channels that makes promises and tells you guys, you know, about all that stuff like that. So I'm just doing my thing. If it doesn't work out for you, I'm sorry right now for that. Sorry. I want to give you guys more value. I'm trying here. But I'm thinking about figuring out something. I'm going to try to go maybe do some more live trading really soon. I'm just trying to get my own trading back in check, you know, making sure that I'm doing what I need to do to make some money here. How do you become a member? Well, there's a little link down in the description if you want to sign up for that channel membership. Somebody asked if I tried Cobra Trading. I have not tried Cobra Trading. I've not tried them out. Not sure why you'd want to use Cobra Trading when you can just use SpeedTrader. SpeedTrader.com/Patrick. What else we got here? Somebody wants me to look at DTW, please. DTW. DTW. Yep, looks good to me. Bouncing around there. Just bouncing around there. I'm really not like a amazing technical analysis, like swing trader type person. So me looking at stocks like DTW, like it's just like, what am I gonna say? You know, like, oh yeah, nice little pop today. Got some resistance here at the 2350. You know, maybe it's gonna find some support here at the 2225 area. It's just one of those things. It's not really me. What's good? Has crypto found its bottom? I don't think so. I think crypto still has the possibility to go lower from here. I'm thinking, I don't want to say it, but I'm thinking Bitcoin wants to touch down below $3,000 at least. You know, I'm thinking we're gonna get one more sell-off here. I don't know. Right now, looks like it's trying to rally around there, but I don't know. It's hard to be a bull right now in the crypto space. What's am I going to be in Vegas for CES? Yes, I'll be in Las Vegas next week at the DJI Global booth at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. I'll be on display. Patrick Wieland in the DJI booth. You can come by, ask me some questions, not about day trading. You have to ask me questions about drones, but I'll be there basically talking to people and having fun, all that fun stuff. What else we got there? Somebody asked, what's the biggest advice for new traders? I think the biggest advice for new traders is to understand that you are just a little fish in a big old ocean, and there's a lot of big old sharks and big old whales just waiting to take your money. So the best thing you can do as a new trader is just to focus on not giving away any money. You might not make a lot of money, but the goal is to not lose money. If you can go an entire year, like if your first year of day trading, if you can go from January 1st till December 31st day trading for your first year in 2019, if you can go an entire year without losing any money, that's really, really good. That's really, really good. You might not make any money. You might, barely break even. You might not make any trades for 2 or 3 days in a row. You might not find the right opportunities over and over. But if you can just get that point, it's really going to be a huge, huge accomplishment. Somebody's asking about AMD. Let's take a look here at AMD. I like looking at AMD. AMD's always bouncing around, doing some stuff there. You can see the chart here. AMD bouncing, look like that support area there at the $16 area. I feel like I'm one of those guys on CNBC right now looking at the chart. Let's take a look at the chart. Here's the chart pulled up here on AMD, guys. We got this 1640 area kind of bouncing around there. I'm seeing some pretty clear moves here. No, I'm just kidding. But AMD is one of those stocks. It's just like, I don't know what to explain AMD, but AMD, if you look at this, like if you just look at the overall like chart forever, it's just never really done much. Like even back in the day, it's just always been kind of just like I think this whole move here was like just like speculation, and everyone just got really excited. It's funny because you can kind of see this big move here, consolidating, kind of going down, and then just making this huge big rally, and then just kind of ever since then hasn't been doing much. So AMD is a tricky one. If you're, I think there's always some opportunity to play AMD. I think a lot of people day trade AMD because it's one of those stocks kind of bounces around a lot and does some pretty decent little moves, intraday. So I know a lot of people kind of day trade AMD, but personally, just not really my style. So we'll see what happens. It looks like, really overall kind of breaking out of that downward trend here. But then you got that a lot of selling pressure there on the daily candle there on that $18 candle for today. So kind of see what happens from there. Kind of running into the EMAs there. On a bigger time frame. If I look on the bigger time frame down below, I got a couple charts pulled up right here. We're looking like that $19 area. Maybe 2050 is going to be kind of the next resistance there. 2050. AMD normally doesn't really make that big of moves. From this stock, you're going to get like $1, maybe $2 move a day, maybe if that. So I wouldn't expect some really crazy volatility unless we really get some action there. But it's looking, I don't know. Just looking at this chart right now, I'm not going to claim it, but it's looking like AMD wants to kind of pull back down here at this point. Really with that wick on the top of that candle there on the daily candle. Let's look at today, kind of getting stuck there at the $19 area and pulling back down there to the 18s. This is a 30-minute chart there. So, so many questions, so little time. How much did I lose when I first started trading in my first year? I think my first year I lost around $7,000. Maybe a little less than that. It was my first year of trading was pretty mellow in the sense that I really wasn't like taking major risk. I was doing like Robinhood. I was doing like just a little bit. And I was doing more swing trading. I was trading like the 3 times ETFs. I wasn't really doing what I do now. I never lost $1,000 in one day. When I first started trading, the biggest loss that I had like in one day was, like $20 or $30 because I was trading with such small size and really had no idea what I was doing. And I was trading stocks with like no volatility. I was trading stocks like AMD or Nvidia, stocks that really had, 1 or 2% moves, and I was trading with a small account. So my first year of trading, it was pretty different than what I'm doing now. A lot of people ask me that, it was a lot different. I wasn't trading like I did now. Can you talk about SpeedTrader, the fees and how much you can start with? You can start with $25,000. I'm pretty sure, can't quote me on it, but they're working on getting people set up for under $25,000 this year in 2019. I don't know. I've been pushing for it. I've been telling them that people want it. People want a better broker than TD Ameritrade to trade under $25,000. We'll see. Kind of hopefully that gets done soon. Where's the link to the chart system that you use? This would be DashTrader Pro in terms of the charting. What do I think about CMEG? I've never used them. One of the offshore broker, offshore broker, kind of what it is there. You've been looking at TIVA long term. All right, you've been looking at TIVA long term. Well, let's take a look at TIVA long term. Looking for the buy in the 10. You believe it's going to go lower, and you want to buy between the 10 or the $9 area. Yeah, I mean that's I think a lot of people would probably want to buy between $10 to $9. Maybe. That's a pretty big drop, my friend. You're being pretty wishful there. You might be waiting for a long time for it to get down there. I mean, maybe it keeps crashing. I don't know. But look at this thing, TIVA. I'm not sure you're gonna get the dip buy down there at $10 anytime soon, but I might be wrong there. But you can see the chart TIVA behind my head there. I'm not sure it's gonna get that low. We'll see. I guess you could be optimistic. You can be optimistic. You want to buy TIVA at the $10 area. Maybe it gets down there later on. We'll see. Did I ever have a moment when your girl and everyone around you hated you for trading and to learn? How did you plow through that? I think the best way to really explain that would be when I was trading, or when I first started getting into like the YouTube thing and like stock market and all that fun stuff. When I really started getting into all the stock market stuff with the YouTube, people thought I was crazy because they're like, you're already making a bunch of money filming. You're already making money doing everything else you do. Why do you need something else, Patrick? Why do you always need something else? Why can't you just be happy with what you've got now? And I said, I don't know. I'm always looking at the future, better opportunities, what's to come. And that's the big problem, I think, with day trading with people, is the results that you get from day trading are so minuscule to the amount of time that you put into it when you first start trading. Like I said, that first year of trading, if you can go an entire year without losing money and just making a little bit of money, or not making any money at all, but just not losing money for an entire year when you first start, that's the biggest challenge in itself. But the reward that first year is going to be, almost nothing. Even if you make a couple $100s in that first year, it's an amazing feat. But the time and the effort that you put into it that first year, it's not going to be, it's not going to quantify in the sense that like, oh, I spent an entire year of my life learning to day trade and all I did was make $100. But I think it goes both ways. You can spend an entire year learning to day trade and you can lose $100,000. So which one's better? Is it better to lose $100,000 and tell people, hey, I lost $100,000 day trading and then I quit? Or is it better to say, I day traded for an entire year and I was able to not lose any money for an entire year? I think that's, kind of like what's the story that you want to tell? And it's going to be hard for anybody to really understand that. How do you explain that to somebody that you tell them that, I spent an entire year of my life learning to day trade and I didn't make any money? I think that's the big trouble. Somebody asked, talk about my size. Why don't I just double down my investment and work half as much? I think I try that. I definitely try to double down as much as I can sometimes. I try to hit it hard, but I think it comes a point where you just kind of, the risk reward just isn't there where you can double down kind of thing and also blow up your account. So you got to always be, it's all relevant, I guess. You could take a trade with 10,000 shares, but are you going to be able to sell those 10,000 shares for a profit? Are you going to be able to get out quick enough and all that? So you got to always be thinking about that. Depending on the stock too, depending on the type of stock, type of move, what's going on with that, you can kind of size up a little bit different. You can make, hey, I see there's a lot of volume here. I see the overall pattern. I'm able to size into it. And, that's one of my big things I want to focus on for 2019 is like this morning on PRAN. A PRAN would have been a beautiful, kind of opportunity this morning to really size in there, especially, right here at open. You got 1 million shares trade on that first 1 minute candle, and there was plenty of time to size in there, above 230. So you could have got 10, 20,000 shares on this stock. And I think you would have been sitting pretty as this would have pulled back, and you'd have been okay to cover later on. You still had 40,000 on these 5-minute candles, 150,000 there by 12 o'clock. So there's plenty of volume there. You had 10 million shares traded today. This is one of those stocks that I feel like you really could have sized up and double down, triple down, quadruple down, and you'll get that move from 240 down there to $1.80 with 20,000 shares. I mean, you're looking at a nice little payday there. Obviously, there's a chance this could spike on us. We get a little squeeze going, which it happens sometimes. Even with a stock that has bad news, it always can happen. But we got to kind of just play it like we got it. Somebody's asking, hey, Vinny, new member. Welcome to the party. Somebody asked about the SPY. Sorry, I'm kind of like skipping through some of the questions here. Somebody's asking about the SPY right now. What do I think about the overall markets? I think the overall markets are going to go lower. I mean, I don't know why. I'm not a pessimistic person, but I'm also the type of person who thinks that there's a good chance that the market's going to go lower just because it's just because. I mean, I guess there's no real reason other than the idea that there's definitely some indicators. You got problems with debt. You got problems with monetary spending. Now I got this whole issue with Trump, with the government shutdown and the wall and China. There's a lot of stuff going on. And the one thing about the USA stock market, the U.S. stock market, is obviously this is U.S. stocks, the U.S. stock market. That's what we're looking at here. But the U.S. stock market is so global now. If China says, screw you guys, we're not buying Apple products, well, the Apple stock is going to get crushed. And that's kind of what happened today. So the more and more we piss off people around the world, the more and more that U.S. companies are having trouble with businesses around the world and selling products around the world, it's going to hurt their share price. Obviously, like today, perfect example, Apple talking about how China is having, they're having problems selling Apple iPhones in China because of competition and because of other issues. And you can see what happens to the stock price. Stock price is now down 7% after that news came out today. So we'll see. I want to trade for a couple hours a day and then go fishing. Hey, you sound like me, Aaron. I like it. I like that. I like that style. What do I think about Ameritrade? TD Ameritrade, not good in terms of getting shares as short. You'll never be able to get shares as short on like stocks like PRAN this morning. You just won't. You will not ever get shares as short on these low float stocks. It's also, you're going to get really bad fills. I traded with TD Ameritrade in the past. I got the worst fills. I could never get filled ever. I mean, I would try to sell and I just would never get filled. It was insane. And I think that's one of the problems with TD Ameritrade. It's just not built for active traders in the sense, people that are trading these low float momentum style stocks where you need to get in, get out with hotkeys. There's no hotkeys as well. You can't really dial in the whole thing with TD Ameritrade. I think TD Ameritrade is more for like the active investor, someone who's, maybe just kind of swing trading, getting into it, needing the mobile app. But if you're really serious about day trading, you really want to get serious about day trading, you need a broker, a direct market access broker like SpeedTrader. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm partnered with SpeedTrader, but I'm saying that because I know from experience, after using TD Ameritrade, after using E-Trade, after using these bigger brokerage and seeing the problems with getting fills, it's crazy. I'd have 3,000 or 4,000 shares and I'd get like 100 shares filled by TD and everybody else is getting filled no problem. And I'm sitting there holding 5,000 shares because I can't get filled. It's like one of those things sometimes, so it's definitely weird. Did somebody ask me if I ever did paper trading before I started trading? I actually never paper traded. I just did, went right into it. I put $10,000 into an E-Trade account and I started trading. And then I got PDT like right away. So then I opened a TD Ameritrade account. I got PDT. So then I opened a Robinhood account. I got PDT. It was pretty funny. I just hit every single broker there was. And then I called them afterwards and said, hey, can I get the reset? Can you give me a reset? So if you ever have that problem, if you ever have a problem where you get locked out with PDT, you have one reset. You can call your broker and tell them basically, you didn't know what you're doing, and they'll reset your account and let you trade still. So if you ever get stuck into a trade or anything like that, you can do that if you want. Somebody's asking about VT. Let's take a look here. VT this morning, I saw it kind of moving around, but you can see just kind of getting stuck there. This thing's consolidating here at the $3 area. Look at this daily candle getting that little bull flag here. So maybe this thing wants to break out, huh? Looking like a textbook, bull flag setup here. Looking nice. Let's see what happens tomorrow on VT. Let's see if it holds this $3 area. Hold that $3 area, squeezing up there. Over on the chart, you can see we got the next resistance kind of coming up there. I think it's 360, 350 area. Then you got $4, 420 there. Somebody said somebody paid what, $9.99 and then deleted it. I don't know. Not sure how that worked. What's the thing on the right side? On what right side? Not sure. Do I take a look at the euro and the China market for a piece for the outlook on the current markets for the U.S.? Sometimes I'll keep an eye on the overall, just kind of see what the overall, like the foreign markets are doing. Like today was a good example. I think one of the Asian markets, the big Asian market was down big. Today, like down like 3%, and you saw overall the USA market kind of rallied and then sold off. So it's always interesting to see how it all kind of works together. Right now, Apple is just bringing down the entire market right now. That's got to feel terrible. Old Tim Cook. Not only is Tim Cook crushing Apple investors, he's also crushing the entire USA stock market. Really good job, Tim Cook. Really good job. Get this guy off of CNBC. How do you deal with the greed in the markets? That's good question, Josiah. Great question. So one of the big things I think about, obviously, it's always one thing about, like, there's always more profit, right? When I first started trading, I would always think, like, oh, if I buy the SPY here at 246 and it goes, and my plan is to take profit there at 248, that's my plan, right? But then it gets to 248, and I'm like, oh, it's still going higher. Well, why am I going to sell? And then all of a sudden, I don't sell, and it drops back down. So I think when you really start trading these low float stocks, when you start trading momentum style trading, you just got to have that plan ahead of time. You got to be able to take it and hammer it. And there's always going to be more opportunities. It's one thing I've learned for sure. There's always going to be more opportunities to come along. Like maybe you don't get another opportunity today. Maybe the opportunities, maybe there's a day where it's just really slow. The opportunities aren't there. That happens. It's, there's a chance that could happen. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be more stocks to trade, more opportunities in the future. So you got to kind of play into that and understand that. Where's Kevin Avery? Kevin Avery's somewhere in I don't even know where he is. Somewhere in North Carolina. We got to get him down here to Florida real soon. I'm working on that. Hey. I'm good. Thank you. Somebody asked, have I tried Ticker Talker? I went to Steve's office. I'm actually going to be going to Steve's office again really soon and doing some stuff with him, working some stuff with him, and hopefully learning more about what Steve's doing over there and all that stuff. I want to focus more on learning about futures, options in 2019. I'm going to think about starting to trade some more futures and stuff, starting to, build my experience up, not just for day trading, low float stocks, but also just the overall stock market, understanding futures, understanding really everything. That's the plan, at least. What do I think about Gush? Well, I think oil is highly manipulated, and I think overall, we'll see. But you can see Gush just getting crushed here. This is one of those stocks you do not want to be. This is not a stock that you hold for a long time. It's one of the stocks you play into, you trade it, you make money when there's opportunities like today. Had a nice little move from the $7 area up there to $8.50. This is right out of the gates from 9:30 till about 10. Had a nice little move there, but not sure I'd want to be holding this forever. I don't know. Somebody said shorting is their favorite. All right. I like it. Diego lives in Fort Lauderdale. We're going to go fishing. All right, when we go fishing, let's go. Let's do it. You got to pay for the gas. I'll bring the boat. You pay for the gas. Deal. Let's go. Do I have an IRA account? I do not have an IRA account. How long do optimal trades take? Less than a minute? I'd say some of the best trades I've ever made were definitely some of the fastest ones. You know, getting in, getting out, taking profit quickly. Definitely had some good opportunities. Some really just beautiful opportunities. I remember one time I shorted. I think it was like Foot Locker. I think it was Foot Locker. Yeah, Foot Locker or something. And I was shorting Foot Locker, and I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden it broke the VWAP, and it just dropped like 50 cents, like instantly. Like on the same candle that I shorted on, it just dropped 50 cents. It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. Remarkable. I think that was probably one of the just fastest, quickest trades. But I've definitely had some more crazy trades as well. There's definitely some wild stocks that we trade sometimes. Sometimes too wild. How long does it take? Somebody asked, how long does it take to learn all the necessary stuff and start earning money? Well, it took me 2 years to get where I am now. I think that at the end of the day, the biggest thing you got to focus on is, you know, how much time do you have to put into it? You got to figure out your schedule. You got to figure all that. But I think the best thing you can do really when you first start is just start. You know, just start watching the market, seeing how the market's moving, seeing how stocks move, and learning. Just watching everything you can. I mean, right now I got CNBC on my computer over there pulled up. I'm watching the overall markets. I'm looking at everything. I'm seeing what Bitcoin's doing. I'm always just trying to be as I want my hands on everything. You know, I'm just always keeping an eye on everything. I want to always know what is happening across the board. I want to know what's happening. Somebody asked, what broker do I use? I use SpeedTrader, speedtrader.com/Patrick. What do I think about stocks or futures? So I think futures are a really cool opportunity. I'm going to be talking about futures really soon more. I'm going to be working with Steve and those guys at Ticker Talker on kind of setting up some cool stuff in the future with futures. What I think is really cool opportunity about futures, first off, is because you can trade futures. You can day trade futures without $25,000. You can put like $5,000 into an account, and you can start to day trade futures, and you don't need to have $25,000. And you can make pretty nice money. You can also lose a lot of money because there's a lot of leverage in futures. But if you're smart and you kind of have a good plan, you have a nice overall game plan for trading, I think futures are a great way to start to trade, because also like with the penny stocks we trade or the low float stocks, they're very volatile and crazy, just insane sometimes, right? Like some of these stocks are just insane. They go up 100%, drop 20%, go up 100%. They're all over the place. Where with futures, it's going to be much easier to kind of see the overall patterns, and you're not going to get some insane move unless, you know, Trump says something or something like that. You know, the market's been kind of insane lately, but normally the futures aren't going to be as volatile or as unpredictable as the low float stuff. So, do I have a traveling station? I used to try to travel and trade, and I stopped doing it just because I just don't have everything that I need. Like right now when I'm home, I got all my screens set up. I got everything set up. I got my hotkeys, everything. I'm like in the zone, right? And then when I travel, it's just not in the zone. So I figured out that it's just not worth it for me. When I'm traveling, I'm just going to travel. I'm going to have fun and live my life. And then when I'm home, I'm going to trade. And I'm not to say you can't travel and trade by any means. You can definitely travel, you can trade and all that. But for me personally, I just like to be at home. I like to have everything just set up and dialed in, you know, having everything so I can see it and everything all dialed in. So that way I feel comfortable trading. I think that's one of the big things as well with trading is, you know, being as comfortable as possible and confident and being able to know, you know, like it's like muscle memory where I hit my hotkeys, where I'm able to see everything on the chart, where I got trade ideas pulled up. I got everything I need right in front of me. And that's one of the big things about, you know, having your computer all dialed in there. There you go. Some guy said he put $500 into a Robinhood account and he's just watching my videos and working hard to get rich. I like it. I like it, baby. Did I trade today? I did. I traded, what did I trade? PRAN. PRAN made a video this morning. You can see my entries there on PRAN. A little opportunity there, a little opportunity. No more trades after that. People are always like, Yeah, well, what if you make videos and then you don't trade, then you trade some more and you lose all your money and blah, 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 blah. Well, there it is. I didn't make any more trades. This is real deal. This is not photoshopped. There's a lot of people out there that like to make claims and all that, but I'm showing you guys my entries. I'm showing you guys my exits and all that fun stuff right here on the channel, on these videos. Am I crying? Yes, I'm crying. I can't handle this life. Do you trade when you're ill? I'm never ill, so that's not an issue for me. I haven't been sick in over 10 years. Knock on wood. Mind over matter, baby. Mind over matter. Somebody asked, do I think Trade Ideas has increased my trading or helped me? I think Trade Ideas definitely has helped me recently. Just having a better understanding, you know, being able to see the stocks. I got everything really dialed in. I got my scanner in the morning where it's like, if I see something on the scanner, like popping up on the scanner, I'm like, okay, that's a stock that I need to be looking at because it's dialed into basically only what I want to see. So if I don't see anything on the scanner, if I'm like looking at my scanner and I don't see anything on the scanner in the morning, and then I'm like, okay, well, there's just nothing happening and I'm not going to trade. But if I'm seeing stuff popping up there on the scanner, I'm seeing things on the scanner, and I'm seeing stuff in the moment, it makes it much easier to be like, okay, I'm getting in because this is happening there. And there you go. How much does Trade Ideas cost a month? There's all the prices. There's a link down below. I have like a terrible memory. I think it's 150, 60, 150. I don't know. How do I find new tickers? So basically every morning what I'm doing is I'm looking here at the Trade Ideas gapper list. Really simple, really easy. I know it's funny because people are always like, we want you to post alerts. We want you to do live trading, right? Everyone's always like, do live trading. I'm doing this every morning, the same exact thing over and over. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but I'm basically waking up, I'm looking at the gapper scanner, and there it is. I'm seeing my trades, I'm seeing my options, and obviously there's more stuff on the gapper scanner now, but this morning, PRAN was basically the top gapper, so pulled it up there and went to work, went to town. How much money did I take in today? I made $397 here on PRAN. Somebody also asked, why did I stop trading after making $400? To be honest with you, I got to stop doing that. You know, I've been kind of in this pattern where I wake up in the morning, I make 1 or 2 trades, I make some money, and then I just kind of go do what I need to do. I got other stuff I'm working on, some other businesses and stuff like that. So I'm trying, I think in this, next couple of weeks, when I get back from Vegas and all that, I really want to focus on, trading for at least a couple hours a day. I don't know. Maybe I keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe if I make $300, $400 a day for only trading for 30 minutes, maybe that's not a bad thing. I don't know. But I definitely think there's more opportunity out there. I just need to be able to be patient. PRAN today, perfect example. It got all the way down here to $1.80. I covered there at 208. So, there was more opportunity to go there. And I think I really could have shorted again into that. Maybe shorted into this push up to the 220 and then covered down there at the 180s. More patience there. Somebody asked about Amazon. What do I think about Amazon? Oh. $14.99. He owns 30 shares of Amazon. Well, I don't know. What's your plan there? I guess that's the big thing. You got to figure out what's your overall plan on Amazon. How long? What's your outlook there? I think obviously Amazon just always going to go higher. Obviously, if we go into more of a bear market, maybe it keeps crashing. But I think long term, Amazon is just basically going to run the world. At some point, Amazon is going to take on the entire world. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, you've only got. I'm not trying to devalue your investment here, but you got 30 shares there at $14.99. You're in the green right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Nice little move up there to $15.50. I hope you weren't trading this and then you got greedy and didn't want to sell. I have a feeling that probably happened. Were you trash at trading? Oh, it was terrible. When I first started trading, I was terrible. I'm still terrible at trading. Terrible at trading. But yeah, I think everybody's terrible when you first start trading. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing for sure. Do I ever trade late in the day? Sometimes I'll make a trade late in the day. Like if I don't trade in the morning, I might make a trade. But most of the time, if I trade in the morning, I'm normally just done because I've had really bad luck with that in the past where I've had green good mornings and then I walk away. I come back at the end of the day and I'm like, oh, let me go make some more money. And then before you know it, I end up losing money. So that's always an issue. So I don't know. I'm not a superstitious person, but I definitely you know, I don't know. I think about info. What is that? What is my email? Oh, plan trade profit. Plan? I don't even know my email. DayTrade. What is my email? I can't remember my email right now. That's not good. I think it's info@plandaytradeprofit.com. Right? Yeah. Sorry. What do I think about Guy Gentile? I got nothing bad to say about the guy. I think everybody wants to be Guy. At the end of the day, people think that Guy Gentile is, the my girlfriend. She just commented there. That was funny. So, yeah, if you send me an email, I'll send you an email back. Guy Gentile, back on the Guy Gentile idea. So Guy Gentile, I think Guy is basically what everybody strives to be. Everyone's like, they want to be Guy Gentile, but they're also jealous of Guy Gentile because he lives in the Bahamas. He's got girls running around in bikinis. He made $900,000 a day. He can buy an entire float and pump the float. So it's kind of funny. Definitely funny because everybody hates on Guy. They're all like, oh, he's, a guy's an asshole because he bought the whole entire float and squeezed everybody. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if I had $10 million, I would buy the float as well. And I would squeeze everybody all day long. It'd be beautiful. You guys, all I know is that the stock market, better hope and pray that I never have $10 million to buy the float. That's all I'm saying. Because if I ever have $10 million to buy the float, I'm doing it, and I'm squeezing every asshole out there, and I'm pumping the stock to the moon, and I'm going to make millions. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I get $10 million in my trading account, I'm buying the float. I'm doing it. Hey, look, Zed Monopoly in the building. What's up, Zed? What's good? What's the main difference between trading stocks and trading crypto? Crypto just isn't as volatile. It's kind of been volatile lately, but it's just not as easy to read. Also, a lot of the platforms for trading crypto isn't as good in terms of like DayTrader, hotkey, stuff like that. And the leverage just isn't there. You can't, I guess if you're trading maybe on BitMEX, if you're trading the Bitcoin futures, some of the different exchanges will let you trade with leverage, but the crypto market just is not the same as stocks. Do you think you'd ever buy like 10,000 shares in a trade, or have you? I have traded 10,000 shares before on like a $1 stock. It's not so much a big deal. I don't think when you trade like a $1 stock, you get 10,000 shares. It's not a big deal at all. You don't even really think about it. Obviously, the moves are nice, but there's definitely some opportunities where, I had 5,000 shares of what I traded yesterday. Whatever stock I traded yesterday, I had 5,000 shares. So I think at a certain point, you don't even really think about it. People always ask me about, sizing. Like, how do you figure out the right sizing? And it comes to a point where you don't even think about it. You don't think about how many shares you're buying. You don't think about how many shares you're selling and stuff like that. You just start to trade. And I think that's, people, they have like a spreadsheet. People have like an Excel spreadsheet where they sit there and they're like, oh, okay, if I buy 1,374 shares of this stock, I'm going to make $5,374. And it, like, by the time that you do your calculations, by the time you use your spreadsheet and you do all the calculations, the stock is already going to make the move. And yeah, I don't even, honestly, for me, most of the time, like PREN this morning, I didn't even think about the share size. I got 2,000 shares just because I was a little hesitant because it was right before open. I wasn't trying to, get squeezed to the moon here. But a lot of times when I'm trading, I'm just hitting the hotkey, getting in, getting out, and I don't really think about how many shares I'm buying. Oh, what? Look at this. Got some guy in the live stream talking to my girlfriend right now. What's up, Mr. Geek Pro? What's up? Mr. Geek Pro, what's up? What's on my watch list tomorrow? I don't really have anything on the watch list for tomorrow. I used to do that. I used to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what stock to trade the day at, like tomorrow. That's what I would do. I would sit here and be like, okay, tomorrow this is what I'm going to do. And then every morning I'd wake up and it would not be the same. You know, like I'd have a whole watch list, a whole plan, and all those stocks that I had a watch list for, they didn't do anything, or they just didn't do anything at all. I don't know, you know, like one of those things. Patrick, what's the best broker for day trading? I mean, you know I'm going to say SpeedTrader. If you want it fast, you want it quick, you want to make money, there's only one place to go, and that's speedtrader.com/Patrick. I'm going to get a recording. Just press a button, and it just plays that over and over. Trade and Live said he has a $5,000 account, and his average size is 200 to 300 shares. At the end of the day, you got to figure out what works best for you. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you got to figure out what size works best for you. I think there is no perfect amount of shares. You know, it really just comes down to you got to figure out what works good for you. Somebody wants some DayTrader platform tips or tricks. I think I've covered pretty much all the tips and tricks. One thing I do, like, I guess maybe here, I don't know, like you can go in here and you can make it so you can see the name of the stock in the background. Also, I like to do my margin on the side here. That's one thing somebody asked me about the other day. If you put the margin, you go to here to 40. So you can see, like, if you scroll in here, normally the stock's like already pressed up against the sidebar there. But I like to have a little bit of space between it. I don't know why, just kind of I like having a little bit of space there. It's like a personal thing. One of those things, you know. Someone's trying to have a beer with me in New York City. We had a beer in New York City. Beer for everybody. Oh, questions. Are there any traders that I watched before and I learned a lot from? Definitely not Clay. Somebody said Ross or Clay. One thing I learned from Clay was that Clay's an angry little elf. He's a very mad little man. He's a very mad man. I'm not sure why he's always so mad, but he's very mad. I'm trying to figure out why he's so mad. I'm trying to figure out why Clay Trader is so mad. I think, you know what? I think why Clay Trader is mad. Clay Trader gets mad because Clay Trader makes videos on technical analysis and then posts them on Stock Twits. And every time he makes a video and posts it on Stock Twits, it kills the stock. So if you ever want to find a stock to short, just go on Stock Twits, figure out what stocks Clay Trader has made a video on, and then short it because it's going to crash. It's like guaranteed. Guaranteed there. Do I watch the chart guys? No, do not watch chart guys. I'm honestly like a really bad day trader YouTuber because I don't really watch other people. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm kind of an asshole. I don't really think anybody else is good. I think everybody else is terrible, so I don't watch anybody else. Hey, what's good? What's good? JJ Trading. What else is on my mind other than stocks? I'm trying to trying to rent another condo. That would be sweet. Got this condo right on the water. My boat out there. Do I still trade with Mr. P? I do not trade with Mr. P anymore. Hey. I don't know why this... Do I still do filming and stuff for other companies? Yeah, I do. I got a lot of stuff going on that I don't really talk about on YouTube enough. I don't know. I'm out here living my life, living my best life. The one thing I want to make very clear is that the best is, all these other guys on YouTube that are claiming to be millionaires, claiming to be day trading, amazing millionaire day traders. That's all they got going for them, right? They're on YouTube and they're trying everything they can to get people to follow them and make money. But I was making money long before I was on YouTube. Making money long before I was on YouTube. I'll be making money long after YouTube. What do I think about Ross? I love Ross. I think Ross Cameron is the godfather of YouTube day trading. That's what it really comes down to. Without Ross, I might not be here because Ross created the YouTube day trading life. And no, I don't hate on Ross. I honestly don't, because I think the one thing with Ross Cameron is that everyone just kind of knows what Ross Cameron's doing. He's got a massive chat room. He buys a stock with 20,000 shares, and his chat room has a delay, so by the time that he buys it, well, you know what happens. You know what happens. Oh, Ross Cameron, Timothy Sykes, two legendary guys. Oh, God, Mojo DayTrader. You guys don't get me in trouble. You know that, right? I already got sued. I already got in trouble for talking about one YouTube trading channel, and now you want me to talk about other trading channels. I don't know why people do this to me. Why is it everybody wants me to talk about other day trading channels? Somebody said they learned from Ross and they moved on from penny stocks. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you kind of trade what you got to trade. What do I think about Steven Ducks? Steven Ducks is full of shit, 100% full of shit. Steven Ducks is 100% full of shit. There again, you're getting me in trouble. Why do you guys do this to me? I'm no longer talking about anybody else. No more questions about anybody else. No more questions. Don't ask me questions about anybody. I will not answer questions about any other YouTuber anymore. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. All I got to say is the other day, Steven Ducks talked about a stock. He was like, oh, man, I had the hardest time trading it all day long. It was so hard to trade it, right? All day long, he was complaining about how he barely broke even. And then the next morning, he talked about how he made $60,000 going short on that stock that he had so much trouble with all day long. But he never talked about being short overnight. He talked about his profit in the morning, which was really weird because it's like, first off, where did you even get shares of short? And then second off, the whole thing is weird, right? Like, it's just weird. Like, why did you talk about it all day long? And then the next morning you talked about how, oh my God, you somehow got short overnight and now you're up $60,000. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. I don't know what it is. Yeah, and Will Caraman, great kid. He lives in Orlando. Great kid. I love the kid. Do I have a kiteboard channel? I don't have a kiteboarding channel, but you can see all my videos on slingshotsports.com kiteboarding channel. All right, who's got some more questions? Let's keep this going. If you got a day trading question, I want to keep this focused here because this always happens. My live streams always just turn into me talking about other people. It's terrible. Let's take a look. Let's maybe try to figure out what stocks might be good for tomorrow. Let's take a look here. All right, so some of the big gappers today. We got RHEE. Let's take a look at RHEE. RHE, Patrick. RHE, a little gap up there to the $2 area, pulling back down there, kind of holding that $1.50 area. What is this, a reverse split? I think it's a reverse split, isn't it? It's probably a reverse split. What a terrible way to start that party out on. Good job, Patrick. Okay, now we lost it. That was a bad idea. So we won't talk about the top stocks of the day. We'll just keep this going. CCCL, what do you got? Call out some names. Let's look at some stocks here. CCCL, this morning, gapping up there. Not really gapping, but going from $1.60 up there to $2.30, pulling back down there, and then just kind of fading out all day, selling off there, and just going lower. Do I work for 24 Express Gain? No, I do not work for any website that promises you to make a lot of money. If anybody ever messages you, if everybody ever says, oh my God, if anyone ever sends you a message claiming to be Patrick Wieland, they are not Patrick Wieland, because I will never message you. I won't do it. Not that I don't like you. I just won't message you asking you to trade for you or anything like that. Personally, I just don't like you guys, so I won't ever message you because I'm just like, why does these people keep watching my videos? I cannot figure out why people like my videos. I can't figure it out. Am I planning on making a dividend portfolio? No, that sounds terrible. A dividend portfolio? What a terrible idea. I'm just kidding. Honestly, that probably wouldn't be. Let's look at you guys. Oh, I know you guys are doing it now. And now you want me to look at you guys because you want me to talk about the #1 you guys trader in the world. Why do you guys do this to me? I don't know why. I don't know why my girlfriend is sitting in the chat right now, distracting people from this. You guys, it's one of those stocks, you know, the ETFs. You guys, DGAS. You can trade them. You can make a little bit of money now. I don't see the value. I don't know. You know, you got. I guess it is what it is. It works for you. Trade it kind of thing, but. I don't know. I don't know. Personally, I'm not into it. I'm not into trading 3 times ETFs and sitting there and bouncing back and forth, trying to figure out which one to go long, which one to go short, and all that. Like, just doesn't do it for me. I mean, what is this? You guys, what was the range on this thing today? We went from $37 up there to $40, pulling around, bouncing around. I don't know. I think it just seems really weird to me. It's just a personal thing. I just don't like it. MRIN made a nice little move. MRIN going from 530 up there to 667. I wanted to go short on this thing up there and above the 6s, but just couldn't get any share, just short there. Would have been kind of a nice little short there on MRIN. MRIN. Donald Hensley out of here. Look at him. He comes, he leaves. I like his style. That's Donald Hensley's style. Coming, he gets here early, he leaves early. He's smart. You got to know when to leave. How many channel members do I have for $4.99 a month? Let me look. Community. My internet's really slow right now. The last time I checked, there was like 200 people. And also, I just want to make it clear, I only get like 70% of that. YouTube takes 30% of that. So, yeah, 200 people. Out of 48,000 people, 49,000 people that are subscribed to the channel, only 200 people like me enough to pay $5 a month to support the channel. That is sad. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. I'm just kidding. Big thanks to everybody out there who supports the channel. All the big thanks. All the big thanks out there for everybody. Do a Robinhood challenge? That sounds terrible. Oh gosh. Why would I ever want to do a Robinhood challenge? Once I get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you'll become verified. That's my 2019 goal. The goal for 2019 is to break 100,000 subscribers. Somebody asked, how much money did I make last year from day trading? Well, my accountant and my attorney have told me that they do not want me to tell people how much money I made last year because of business reasons. But I'm just going to tell everyone out there, I made $1.3 million day trading. Just going to put it out there. You can believe me. You cannot believe me. You can do whatever you want with it. No, Robinhood, honestly, Robinhood's good for like when you first start out. It's kind of fun, you know. You get to do stuff, and I traded Robinhood when I first started there. It's pretty cool. I think Robinhood is a cool thing when you first start out learning how to trade and all that. So you can definitely, definitely use Robinhood. But when you want to actually start trading, when you really want to start trading for real, it's not like a real thing to use. Robinhood is not like a real trading brokerage, I guess you could say. Somebody asked about my internet speed. Let's see how fast my internet speed is. Let's test. Testing. Internet speed. Wow! I'm off the charts, baby. Off the charts. Look at that. 175 megabits per second. Is that good? Does anybody know if that's good? 10 megabits per second upload. That's pretty. I feel like that was a pretty good internet test. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm not an internet professional by any means, but I think that was pretty good. Sweet. I got fast internet. Awesome. What was my light bulb moment? My light bulb moment was the moment when I figured out that day trading is just one big game. One big game, if that makes sense. William, I did not make $1.3 million. I was being sarcastic. I wanted to be like everybody else on YouTube that just makes insane claims. I want to make insane claims every single day. Like claims like I made $5 million today, or how I want to be like some other people that just make insane. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be really good. What's my dream car? I'd probably like a McLaren, something on those lines, you know. Yeah, I like a Tesla. Man, why do you people ask me questions? What else are we looking at? Let's keep $1 billion. Hey, Bobby, I wish I started trading 10 years ago. That would be fun. I don't have the Audi anymore. I sold the Audi. I got the F-150 now. I'm more into boats. I'm buying a new boat. I'm building a new boat, something like that. So all my money now, I just put it into boats. Spending all my money on boats. I'm an idiot. Do I post my live streams later on so you can watch it? Yes. I'm not sure I'm going to post this live stream just because it's been really bad and I haven't actually given any good information this whole entire live stream. But hey, if people enjoy it, they enjoy it. I can't stop them from enjoying it. Bobby Yek hasn't lost any money trading on Robinhood yet. Bobby, I need to introduce you to my friend Ricky, because Ricky also never loses any money. Never loses any money. It's great. What are my EMAs? Ooh, let's talk about EMAs. Okay, right now, all right, so on this chart here, this is the 5-minute chart. Well, I usually trade on the 1-minute chart here, right? So if I'm on, what the hell? If I go up here, I'm going to go, my moving averages, the red line is the 20 EMA. I got the 9 EMA set up there on the yellow line. And then what I've got, you can't really see it, but on the bottom down here, I've got another chart pulled up. Can you see that? Okay, I've got another chart pulled up. This is what I'm looking at with like a larger time frame, maybe like a daily, something a little bit bigger. So I'm looking here. I got the 20 EMA and I got the 50 EMA just for a little bit bigger time frame, just to keep an eye on the overall bigger picture. So like MRIN, if I'm looking at this on the daily chart and kind of see like, okay, there's a little bit of support there at the $5 area, and then I come over here to the 5-minute chart here, and I can kind of see, okay, where are we at in terms of where we're at with that larger time frame. So on the daily chart, I'm seeing that 550 area, $5 area kind of being support there, and then kind of bouncing that around. So kind of using those different time frames. I've got a bunch of charts pulled up on the screen, but when I'm trading, I got basically 2 charts pulled up. I got my kind of bigger time frame chart pulled up there, and then I've got the smaller time frame chart that I'm also kind of looking for my entries, looking for my exits. But if I'm really kind of looking to figure out where the support, where the resistance is, then I'm looking, at the overall bigger chart, bigger time frame. Do I think starting day trading with a $5,000 account is too hard? Depends. Depends if you have a broker that gives you margin. I still have a SureTrader account. Yes, I still have a SureTrader account that I use when I can't get shares as short, or if I'm doing some other kind of crafty things, I'll use SureTrader for that sometimes. I've never had any problems with SureTrader. I've had some issues with the platform, just disconnecting and stuff like that. But overall, never had really any problems with SureTrader. Where are the futures at? I haven't even looked at the futures right now. Let me look. Where are we at? Futures. I think we already looked at that earlier, didn't we? Not too bad. Overall, it looks like Apple just pulling the overall market down right now. You can see the SPY down in the 246 area. What a roller coaster of a ride today, going from 245 back up to the 250, back down there to 246. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's time to go long just yet. I'm not sure it's time to go long just yet. I noticed you don't talk about patterns as much. I don't know. I don't really get caught up in the whole terminology. Like, I'm not sitting here going, oh, that's a bull pennant. Oh, that's a triple star mahogany wood bull flag. Oh, that's a bear flag. Oh, that's this. So there's a lot of people out there that sit there all day long and they're just like trying to identify the patterns and like names for all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm trading, baby. I'm getting in. I'm getting out. I'm not worried about, oh, that's the mahogany quadruple bottom flag. You know, I'm looking, for me, the biggest thing for me is support, resistance. Where has the stock had trouble at before? Where has the stock had trouble, you know, going higher and so and so? So that's what works for me. Is it saying that there's is it wrong? I don't know, you know. How do you start trading? I think the best thing to start trading, you just got to start. You got to, I don't know. Robinhood's a good way to start. You can put $500 into a Robinhood account. That $100 in a Robinhood account, you can buy one share of PRAN. You can see how it goes. You can trade it. I don't know. I think the best thing, if people are asking how to start, like you're already losing the battle, because why the hell are you asking me how to start? Just start. Start doing it, you know? Why? If you got to sit here and be told how to start something, then you're just losing the battle already. You're the sheep. You're the exact person that the market wants. You're the person who's going to come along, going to buy a day trading course, who's going to then buy the top, sell the bottom, and lose money, and just be a part of the inevitable pattern of people losing money. I think that's really what it comes down to. If you got to go on YouTube and ask people how to start day trading, you know, does your money expand during the future? That's some futuristic shit right there. Money expanding. I'm not sure what that means. Oh yeah, when I first started trading, I didn't know how to buy, I didn't know how to sell, but I learned it, figured it out. I didn't ask anybody, because when I first started, there was nobody to ask. Nobody went live on YouTube to answer questions. There was nobody on YouTube 2 years ago like me right now. Ain't nobody doing it like me. Ain't nobody doing it like me. Somebody wants to know about the open float. What about the open float? What made you start trading? First started trading because I had a lot of free time and I wanted to get rich, and I saw the movie Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street, I thought that if I could just trade penny stocks, I could make millions, and pretty soon I could buy a boat. And well, it worked out. I bought the boat, and now I'm buying a bigger boat. I am officially the Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, PRAN, I'm not trying to be that guy. You know, I don't want to make claims. You know, I don't want to be like, hey, you know, I told people that PRAN was going to crash. But I told people PRAN was going to crash. If you go, the funny thing is, you go on PRAN and you like look at PRAN this morning. Like, I don't know if I can zoom down that. Let's see if we can go that low. I want to pull up stock Twits really quick. It's really funny. Come on here. Come on, it's coming. I'm scrolling down. Let's give it a minute. Give it a minute. Give me 1 minute. You're going to enjoy this. It's going to be funny. I promise. Stick with me here. These guys this morning were like, oh, PRAN is going to the moon. PRAN is going to $5 today. It's going to the moon. Like, what the hell are you smoking? What are y'all smoking? Oh, this is my favorite. Let's just debunk all of these. This guy. Shorts are trapped. Shorts are never trapped unless Guy Gentile buys the entire float. So stop thinking that's ever going to be an issue. This guy. Shorts are getting fried. I would like to see if any are honest enough to admit they lost money. He posted this at $2.33. It's now $1.90. So yeah, the shorts got fried. Oh my gosh, these people are insane. This guy, float is gone. No shares for sale. Goes much higher. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's just so funny. Like, it's just these people are insane. This guy, price target $3. Get out of here. This guy, $4 stock if you add 30 million to the market cap. Get out of here. Get out of here. I just can't. I can't do it. It's just too funny. Oh. This is what happens. This is the problem with the Wall Street is you get people that have no clue what the hell they're doing, and they think that they do, and it's just not a good combination. PRN all day long was a short. Nothing about PRN was anything other than a short. Just not. Nope. Do I like? Somebody asked, do I like shorting near the top or buying the dip? Oh. I think I don't even think about it as a long or a short or really anything like that. For me, the big thing at this point is I'm just looking for those overextended moves. You know, if it's going to the down, if it's oversold, crashing to the downside, and I'm looking for a short, you know, a buy opportunity, then that's what I'm looking for. I'm not really even thinking, you know, about is it a long, is it a short. Now, obviously, you know, I have an idea like PRN, I think it's going to go lower because of the news, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if I'm trading, if I'm in a stock and it's like happening in the moment, I'm more so just focused on the opportunity to look for those overextended points. Because you can see PRN got down here to, $1. It got oversold here at open, down there to $1.97, and then still bounced back up there to $2.23. So even on a stock that is bearish, you know, that's going lower, there's still opportunity. So the reason that PRAN was a short, I'm going to tell you right now. Reason. First off, look at this 5-minute candle. We went from $2 to $3. You got 13,000 shares traded right there on that 5-minute candle this morning. And look what happened. It just got murdered. Nobody stepped in there. Nobody stepped in to buy this stock. Not one person. It was just sell, 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 sell. I mean, obviously some idiots were buying here, but it was just going lower. And then also the news. The news that came out this morning also came out on the 28th of December. So they basically regurgitated the news, and they basically pumped the stock for that exact reason. They pump the stock up, they go short, and then they end up, you know, covering lower. And that's what they do. These stocks, these low float stocks, these biotech stocks, it's really that easy, that simple. It's just a joke. And you'll start to learn that over time. You'll start to be able to read the PRs. The PR on PRN this morning also was talking about how they're going to dilute. There was dilution. They were going to be selling shares. There was warrants. Nothing about the PR was bullish by any means. Nothing about it. Short selling is basically when you sell a stock thinking the stock is going to go lower, and you're short selling. UXIN, I've been loving the UXIN move, but it's just not been an easy one to get shares to short. You can see UXIN up there at $9.50 now, down there to $4. So kind of missed out on all that opportunity. I think UXIN is just going to go lower and lower from here. I think the pump is over. Kind of the pump is lower there. Do you consider living with your parents a benefit? Maybe friends with benefits with your parents. I don't know how that works, but I haven't lived with my parents in a really long time. I moved out when I was 16 years old. I'm not going to get all deep and sentimental right now, but I don't know. I moved out and I had to learn the hard way pretty quickly. Oh, the breakout strategy. Let's find a look here. It's hard to find stocks sometimes that'll I'll give you a perfect example of that. All right, so you can see CCL maybe. This is a 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart. All right, so CCCL, not the best one here. So CCL, you can see it pushed up there to $2. So people are sitting here buying, right at that $2 area. They're like, oh, this is going to break through that $2 whole dollar resistance. They had a little bit of resistance there, but we'll just kind of keep an eye just for an example of how I'm looking at these breaks through these resistance. So you can see that $2 breakthrough here. It's hard to see right now. I'm not sure if this broke above $2 and pulled back down there, but you can see how this did pull back down there to the 193 area. So we got that push through $2 there at open. We got stuck there at the whole dollar, stuck, and then looks like we squeezed through there. Maybe this came back down a little bit. Yeah, I guess it did. It broke through $2 and then pulled back a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm looking for a lot of times now with these setups, is looking for this break through the $2, that whole dollar break, and then I'm just gonna be waiting, and I'm gonna be sitting back, kind of just, okay, where's the EMA is at? Where's that support at? You can see the bottom of this candle got that big wick there, which is always a good sign. Obviously, got that big wick on that candle, so that's a good sign because obviously it's saying that buyers are stepping in there. The candle opened here at the $1.97, $1.99 area, opened up there, and then pulled back, and then got bought right back up. And, you see a setup like that, you're thinking, there's a good chance this is going to squeeze through that whole dollar support, that whole dollar resistance. And we got that break through the $2. And then I'm thinking that this probably broke, had a little fake out, went through $2, pulled back down there to the 193, and then rocketed higher. So a lot of times it's kind of what I'm watching. I want to see these breaks and then a little bit of a pullback, and then bam. That's what I'm looking. Because the thing is, at least, let's say this thing breaks through the $2 area. It breaks through $2 and then has trouble. It pulls back down to the support area here at the 193, 195 area. At least I'm thinking that there's a decent amount of buying. People's trying to buy the dip here. There's support there. There's a little safety net for me. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that little safety net where, let's say if I'm buying up here at the 205, 206 area, and where's my safety net at? Where am I going to be able to get out for a small loss? I probably wouldn't be able to get out till down there in the 190. So if I'm going to enter the trade and my stop loss is going to be in the 190s, I might as well just try to get long at the 190s anyway. And I think that's the biggest thing to remember here. I think a lot of times people will get into a trade and they'll put their stop loss 20 cents lower, and the stock dips down 20 cents, kind of naturally dipping down there to that 20-cent area. It pulls back down there 20 cents. They get out for a loss, and then the stock ends up going right back to where they bought at and then goes higher. And that was one of the big things that I had problems with in the past. When I would basically enter a trade at the resistance break and then it would pull back to support, I would end up selling it for a loss. The stock would bounce there off the support. And I'm looking for price action. I'm looking for the EMA support. You can see the CCCL had that EMA support there at the $2 area. So, had a nice little support there. This is a 5-minute chart, which is always interesting too, because we broke through that $2 up there at 235. It pulls back down there again to that 190 area, which on the 5-minute chart, you got the EMAs all just sitting there, and that was kind of where that support is. So we got that nice overextended move. If you're looking to get short, well, I'd be shorting up here at the 235 area and then covering back down there at the support there at the $2, which looks like that's what happened, because obviously the stock went to 235. You got this big wick there. You got wicks. You got wicks everywhere here, selling pressure, and look what we got, the pullback down there to the support area. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, man. I'm using, on the chart, I'm using the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA. I don't have a specific reason to why I use those exact ones. I've just always used them. I don't know. I guess it just works. At the end of the day, remember, the EMAs are lagging indicators. It's not going to tell you which way the stock is going to go. They're just going to give you kind of an idea. So obviously I can see from $1.70 to $1 for $2, that's an overextended move. So, bam, had this big move, a big drastic move, and I can see, okay, the EMAs are still, down here. So that's my basically, my moving average. So it's telling me the stock, has been moving, and then all of a sudden, big extended move. We're overextended. I'm thinking I'm going short because this is going to pull back, and look, from the 209 area, pulled back down there to $1.75. So even on a stock that's going higher here on CCCL, look, it's going higher. Bam, big spike, pulls back, consolidates, goes higher. There still are plenty of opportunities to go short and long. So there's opportunities to play both ways on every single stock. The most bullish stock in the world, there's still going to be opportunities to go short, and you kind of you see those opportunities. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is just not being so worried about, am I a bear, am I a bull, but being more worried about just getting the best entry, either long or either short, and looking for those overextended moves. I mean, this, bam, big move to the upside, I would be shorting, thinking this is going to go lower and pull back. Big move to the upside, I'm thinking I'm going to go short, and I'm going to, cover there. And same thing here. Look at this big, got this move from $2 down here to $1.80, get overextended. Look at this, how overextended this is to the downside, oversold, whatever you want to call it. From 190 down there to 170. So we got a 20 cent, gap down basically, and down there to the 170. So if you're getting long here, there's plenty of opportunity to get short, to basically cover on the way back up or sell for a profit up there above $2. So nice little move. It gets overextended to the downside, and then bam, right back there to $2. Pretty much the same pattern over and over on this stock. It gets overextended to the downside or upside and then pulls back. It's overextended to the upside and then pulls back. So overextended, very simple. When a stock makes a big drastic move. So when a stock goes from $1.77 to $2.28, it's overextended because it's pulling away from the moving averages. So the moving averages is basically telling you which, what's been the common moving of this stock. How is this stock normally moving? It's trying to pull a better example here. Maybe AMD a little bit bigger. So you can see AMD, same idea this morning. We got green, 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 green. We get overextended. We get away from the moving averages. What happens? We pull back down there. We got the VWAP. We got all the support area here in this 1850 area, and then we start to move higher. So I think that was one of the biggest things, the biggest light bulb moment where I was like, okay, that's what I need to focus on. Understanding that these stocks, are going to get really overextended, and I'm going to need to look for the opportunity to go long. Somebody asked, how did I learn technical analysis? I don't think I even really learned technical analysis. I think I just learned that stocks move in waves. Stocks move up, stocks move down, stocks move up, stocks move down, and kind of got to play into that. I used to, in the past, what I would be doing, if I was, let's say I'm buying here on AMD, maybe this probably isn't the best example. Let's say I was buying here on AMD, I'd be sitting up there at 19. I'd be like, oh, if AMD breaks above $19, I'm getting long on AMD, right? It's going to break through 19. I'm going to jump in there, and I'm going to ride it all the way to $20. And a lot of times I'd end up just getting denied there. I hate RSI. Not a big fan of RSI. It's just a personal thing. It works for you. It works for you. I think at the end of the day, it's the cool thing about day trading. No matter what you trade, no matter what you got, you just kind of got to do what you got to do, Could I live off of day trading? I could live off of trading. No problem. The problem for me is I just don't really feel like I need to. I don't like the idea of relying on day trading to live off of, at least. I feel like it's just, I don't know, maybe in the future. But I like the idea of just having multiple streams of income. Pay me money, baby. I want to get money from every single direction. Left, right, upside down, from the bottom, from the top. I want money to come from everywhere. I do not use MACD. Only indicators I use are what you see on the chart, the EMA and the VWAP. No MACD, no RSI. Obviously, I'm watching the volume, watching the time and sales, level 2. But MACD, RSI, personally, I think it doesn't work. RSI is one of those things that does not work for these low float stocks. RSI works for the bigger cap stocks that actually make sense, but let's say like you trade a stock like MRIN this morning. MRIN, the RSI on this stock would be overbought all the way up here to 670. So it's just overbought the entire time. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna miss out on this entire move because you're waiting for the RSI to pull back. Are you sitting there literally waiting for the RSI to pull back to under overbought? I think that's one of the problems that people don't talk about with RSI. A stock can be overbought for days. I mean, it can be just at the top of the RSI scale forever, forever. And I think that's one thing to think about, A stock, like a lot of stocks that we trade, they just don't follow they can be overbought or oversold for a long time. I've had plenty of shares to short or shorted stocks that have easily just been lower and lower and lower. What software do you use to put your image in the video feed? I'm using, OBS. OBS. You think it's better to get trade idea scanner and don't get influenced or stay in the chat room the scanner is posted? I'm in Ross's chat room. I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you're going to become a better day trader when you can actually pick out your own stocks and not be influenced by anybody. I think, definitely going to make it better. Mary Miller asked about the pullback plan. The pullback plan, it's not really a pullback plan. I don't want to say it's a pullback plan. It's more so I'm just looking for overextended moves. MRIN would not be a good example of that just because didn't really give an opportunity. I mean, MRIN just squeezing. But if you look at the 1 minute chart here, it really never got overextended. I mean, look at this. Like, it just really never got overextended. Maybe it had a little move here from 583, a little bit of a pullback there, which you can see, it pulled back. But it was just basically trending higher, and never really got overextended. So you it's not always going to work on every single stock. I mean, there's going to be stocks that just aren't going to work, and it's just kind of how it goes. How does Patrick know that a stock is overextended? How do you tell without using indicators? I mean, I think you could pretty much do it just by, let's say you just take away everything, right? It's going to mess me up here. Oh, well, now we got nothing. So now if you're looking at MRIN, how do I know the stock is overextended? Well, I like to look at the chart, right? So I can see the chart is going higher. It's looking good. That's not going to work. Let me go back here. Price, candle, commit. Okay. I mean, I think the problem here is, like, if I was looking at MRIN now, I think the issue with looking at overextended stocks in hindsight, it's like really hard to look at a stock in hindsight and tell if it's overextended or not. It's, in the moment that really comes down to, you got to figure out what really comes down to. In the moment, it works better. Like, if you look here on the 5 minute chart on MRIN, this is what I was talking about earlier when I was thinking about going short here. On the 5 minute chart, we pulled all the way up here to 667. We got away from the EMAs. We got away from the VWAP. So we're going higher. I think this, seeing that it was up here, seeing this selling pressure here on this candle, seeing the wicks, I would have been looking to get short maybe in this area here after seeing that we didn't make a new high. So we made, we went green. It went higher, making new highs. And then we had a little bit of trouble. We pulled back. So if the stock is strong, if it really wants to go higher at that point, we needed to make a new high, right? We needed to break through that previous high of day to kind of tell us like that we wanted to go higher, which we did not do, which you can see here, almost like a doji forming there. And as soon as we see that, we see all that selling pressure. People can't make up their minds. Look at it now. We pull back down there. So that was the game, the changer right there, the trend change. But overall, we can see how we're going. New highs on literally every single candle. New high. I feel like I'm a Chinese person. New high. Nothing against Chinese people, but it just sounded like I was Chinese. But there's that move up there to 660 now. And then, we got the new high. But look, okay, now we're having trouble. We're pulling back. We're thinking if we can't get above this high of day, there's going to be a good chance that we're going to go lower here. So why are these two candles not overextended? Somebody might just ask me. So these, so it's just green. I think, these 5 minute candles are overextended. This is overextended. But if you look at the 5, this is different because it's down there. But if you're looking, they got the VWAP pulling up there. The stock is still making those new highs. This is one thing I like to be careful with is even though, we're getting new highs, even though the stock is overextended, it's still, higher lows, and making higher. So there's not always just like, okay, here's a big green candle. Here's a big, massive green candle. It's time to short because it's overextended. I'm looking at multiple things, not just the idea the stock is overextended, just, one big green candle. I want to see what's really going on there first. Do I play video games? I'll play a little bit of video games every once in a while. I'll play some Call of Duty. I played some Fortnite a little bit. Fortnite was fun. All right, what else we got? We'll keep this going. We'll give it 10 more minutes. Do I have a job beside this? Yes, my job is patrickWieland.com. And my job is me. I've invested all of my time and energy and effort into building a machine that's called Patrick Wieland. And I run 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, worldwide, baby. I'm worldwide. How much money did I have in SureTrader? I had 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 between that area, depending on how much money was in there. Was I introduced to DayTrading through YouTube? I was not. I was introduced to trading. So my girlfriend's dad was like big in the market, investing and stuff, and I thought that I could also become an investor in the market. And then I figured out that I have ADD. Well, I already knew that, but I figured out that I could not hold trades or stocks for a long time, because I thought that I would just always take profit kind of thing. And then now the problem is when you become a day trader, it just becomes really, really hard to hold stocks. Why is Ricky Gutierrez so famous? Ricky's famous because he's the youngest millionaire in Arizona. Am I familiar with Ricky Gutierrez? Yes, me and Ricky Gutierrez are friends. We're best friends. And PewDiePie. Oh, PewDiePie is my idol. I wish I could be PewDiePie. So funny. All right, let's go here. What we got? T-Series. T-Series is sick. You know what I love about YouTube? YouTube is awesome. Really, YouTube's the future, right? Honestly, YouTube is the future where, everybody is just going to be, all about YouTube, you know? That's the cool thing about it. Everybody's going to be on YouTube. Every big, famous person and everything's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be all the time, live. You guys messed up my charts now. I don't even have my indicators anymore. I can't see anything. What do you guys think? Tomorrow morning. Oh, shit. Is my website for sale? Oh, patrickwieland.com. Yeah. That's the best story of my life. I forgot to pay for patrickwieland.com. And somebody bought it. Yeah. You can finance. Look at this. These idiots. You can buy myname.com for $1,000. They email me every couple months, hey, we'll sell you your URL. We'll sell it back to you for $1,000. I'm just happy that my name URL is worth $1,000. I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome. That's pretty fucking awesome. Come on, guys. That literally, my name is worth $1,000. Come on. What's up? What's up? And it just keeps getting higher. At one point, they wanted to sell it to me for $5,000. So hopefully, oh man, I think my name is going down in value because now it's only worth $1,000. Oh no. Shit. Somebody asked me if I use the Bollinger Bands. I don't use the Bollinger Bands. What about ETFs? ETFs. What about the ETFs? Not too sure. I like 2QQ, 3 times ETF, the overall market. I want to see what happens on TQQ in the future. I think it will bounce back really nicely. How do I handle random large losses? I don't have random large losses ever. But honestly, I think the best thing to handle losses is just to remember, at the end of the day, as easy as you make money, there's a chance you're going to lose money much faster. So I mean, it's a give and take thing, you know. Day trading isn't about just making money. It's also about protecting that money and making sure you don't lose money. But also, I think, you know, at the end of the day, there's always a chance that every single trade you go into, there is a chance that you could possibly lose money. I don't know. You know, I think it's kind of what it is. Somebody's asking. I guess that wasn't really a good answer to how to handle large losses. I think at the end of the day, you just gotta go into every single trade understanding that you could possibly lose a lot of money. I think I normally do that. I like to go into a trade and I'm just like, well, there's a good chance I might lose $1,000 on this trade, but you know, that's just kind of how it goes. You know, the old saying, if you don't, you got to play to win, but if you don't play, you can't win. So I don't know, I guess how it works. How do I use volume? So, I mean, obviously volume is going to always be important. You know, I want to make sure that there's volume on the stock. We get that volume. But also, I think volume is great, too, because you're going to be able to see, like, hey, got this big spike in volume here at the first 5-minute candle here on PRN this morning. And then, well, the volume died. Look at that. Volume just gone. Volume out of there. I hate the idea of buying blockchain stocks because I think most of the blockchain stocks are total scams that are just playing into the idea of blockchain having value. If you really want to invest in blockchain, you might as well buy actual cryptocurrency because at the end of the day, you know, if you're buying a blockchain stock company that's just claiming to have some blockchain stuff, I don't know. I think if you're really interested in having exposure to cryptocurrency, you might as well buy cryptocurrency. And you know, it's one of those things. If you're gonna really want exposure to cryptocurrency, you might as well own cryptocurrency. You might as well not buy some stock that claims to have cryptocurrency, you know, exposure. And somebody asked me, do I still like cryptocurrency? I do like cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency is the future. I think in the future, the U.S. dollar itself will be a cryptocurrency. I think. You know, at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is the future. But the problem here is, you know, it's like the old saying. You look at MySpace. MySpace was the first social media, like, big platform. And everyone thought that MySpace was going to be the future. They were like, MySpace is going to take over the world. Well, then Facebook came along, and MySpace is no longer around. So that could be basically what happens to all the cryptocurrency that we know today. You know, every cryptocurrency that's big today in the future could just not be big anymore, and there's a better cryptocurrency to come. So I think that's really kind of the big problem. You know, no one really knows which cryptocurrency is going to last forever. I think Bitcoin will always kind of have a place in the cryptocurrency space just because it's one of the originals, but there's a lot of crap out there, and you got to be really careful because there's a lot of cryptocurrency crap. Bob Jr. asked me, do I trade every day? I do not trade every day. I've made that very clear. People kind of get mad that I don't post videos every day sometimes, but I don't trade every day just because I have other things to do. I don't know. I don't worry about it. I think that was one of the big turning points as well in my trading career is I got to the point where I didn't care if I made a trade or not. You know, there was days where I was like, I had to be on the computer. I had to make a trade. I had to do anything I could to make sure I traded. I'd be running around the airport trying to get Wi-Fi. I'd be literally running around the airport trying to find a good place with Wi-Fi and on my laptop trying to trade. And it just became like really stressful and just stupid. So now I got to the point where I'm just not having that pressure on myself. Have I traded futures? I have not traded futures, but I'm going to be working on trading futures very soon. I want to learn more about futures. Do I think Bitcoin has bottomed? No. I think Bitcoin could possibly go lower. I like to always just say possibly because that way you won't be mad at me if it does go lower, if it goes higher. I'm not wrong. I'm like a weatherman. The chance of Bitcoin bottoming is 50%. Well, see, I was right either way. Oh, no. That's somebody just asked about Bitcoin and the U.S. government, you know, taking control. 100%, I agree. The U.S., what they'll do is the U.S. dollar gets to the point where the U.S. dollar is worthless. So then they just tell everybody, hey, sorry, yeah, here's a new dollar called the U.S. dollar cryptocurrency. Everybody can have $1 per $10 of your worthless U.S. dollars, and we'll trade you. That would basically be what they would do. I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist, I guess. Ugh. All right. All right. This has been fun. I've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes talking about basically nothing. Total waste of my life. Hopefully not wasting all of your guys' lives as well. Hopefully somebody got some kind of value out of this. But tomorrow morning, I'll be back here doing some trading tomorrow. I'm going to try to make some money tomorrow. I'm going to try to keep this green streak going. I like to get on these hot streaks, you know. It's nice. It's nice to get hot. Nice to get hot. Big Connect, baby. Big Connect coming back real soon. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Big Connect next year. If you guys haven't already, and for some reason you're just watching the stream, you're really bored, I don't know why you would watch it and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later on. I'm going to close this out here. It's been fun. Peace. I'm going to put my ending scanner up.